On the 6th of December 2018, CSGO received its biggest update ever. The game went free to play. Anyone, anywhere could pick up the game and start playing without ever having to throw down a dime. Yet, that wasn't the only radical change the developers attempted. In addition to the new $0 entry fee, the 20-year-old game also received a brand new game mode. It wasn't just a variation of the standard formula, like Demolition or Casual. It was something totally new: Danger Zone. The new mode was a brutal, more fast-paced battle royale style experience. 18 or so players would be thrown into, at least for the source engine, a massive map and have to duke it out to see who was king of the hill. Since its inclusion, there are many updates to the game mode. New weapons, gadgets and maps have been added. However, the inclusion of new maps has been slow. At most, there's only ever been 3 in rotation, but that hasn't stopped the community from making and designing some beautiful new environments to battle it out in. Let's take a look at a few of those maps and see what they have to offer. Severo. From the maker of Jungle Tea, Severo is a desert-themed map for Danger Zone. Set in a fictional desert island, the map plays very similarly to many other official Danger Zone maps. Like all official Danger Zone maps, it's based around a large hill. Linking each area of the island together is a long road. A lot of the island's elements are deceptively square, something you can only really see whilst waiting in the spawn menu. Though when in-game, everything feels and looks quite natural. In a similar fashion to Black Site, this fictional island was once connected to land via a long bridge, which has long since been destroyed. Poised out to sea is the missile rig ready to make the test subject's days a hell of a lot worse. The map's architecture feels straight out of Fallout New Vegas, a deserty American setting that's long been since abandoned. I really like how the author's gone to town on this theme. All the typical desert features are here: abandoned industrial buildings, a large dodgy looking motel, massive satellite dishes, rusted oil pumps, and even worn out gas stations. We've seen endless North African inspired desert locations, and yet despite this map being just another dust one, it still feels fresh and interesting. There's clearly a massive number of custom assets that have gone into the making of this level. They all blend in rather seamlessly with the default assets used in the industrial and residential areas, although on the whole, a lot of the custom assets are a lot grungier in comparison to what we usually see in CSGO. Also built by the author of Jungle Tea is Arctic. You may have seen this map before. It was showcased in a 3 Clicks video last year comparing this map to Frostbite. Yet, despite them both taking place in a snowy location, that's really where the similarities end. Arctic, instead of a holiday skiing resort, takes place in and around a frozen industrial complex. There's quite a few residential buildings off to the side, but one of the main focuses of the map's aesthetic is the railway which adorns a good half of the map. Unlike most Danger Zone maps, which usually take place on an island, Arctic takes place between 2 frozen lakes. Collapsed mountain tunnels block your exit to the rest of the world. Not taking place on an island far out to sea, the missile rig can instead be seen on top of a mountain nearby. It's little touches like this that really sell this map for me. Whilst the map visually looks amazing, it does play in a very similar fashion to Black Site. In fact, many of the gameplay elements and location ideas have been lifted directly from that map. Everything's been changed to fit the new theme, and the architecture has been shifted around. But after running around areas like the lighthouse or the construction site, you can't help but feel like you've been there before. There's plenty of fabulous new assets, however. It's clear a lot of work has gone into making this map's art look great. This certainly helps many of the areas feel quite new, even if they've borrowed a lot of inspiration from the official maps. Without doubt, the most breathtaking part of the artistic direction is the skybox, which speaks for itself. With Frostbite's inclusion, it's hard to see Arctic making the grade when Valve next decides to update the Danger Zone map pool, which is a real shame. Arctic really shows just how far Michael's come as a mapper. In comparison to his previous maps, this Danger Zone experience feels much more cohesive. The art has certainly improved massively from his first venture, and the overall level design feels a lot more naturally formed. You're no longer playing around on a square road, but instead you've got natural curves and cliffs with structures and routes formed around them. From the creators of Abby and Chlorine and Anubis comes County. Jakuza and Lizard brings to us what's probably one of the most ambitious custom Danger Zone maps to date. County is set in a fictional location in southern parts of the USA, so named Grizzly County. There's plenty of beautiful architecture to help sell the southern setting: a spooky mansion, wooden churches, trailer parks, a sawmill, a farm, a motel, a county to police department, and much more. Just running around the place, you immediately feel like you're playing Far Cry 5. The skybox gives everything a bright, cheery feeling, but it's equally clear there's something not quite right about the place. Of all the maps showcased today, this one has to be my favourite. Artistically, there's a good element of consistency and quality throughout the map. Each section has its own very unique and distinct feeling. It's clear the authors know what they're doing when it comes to building visually impressive maps. I like the beautiful detailed sprites that litter the floor of this map. The combination of wildflowers along with the long grass really gives this place an idyllic feel, perfect for a brutal shootout. Not only is there a great level of diversity in each section of the map, but each area provides unique gameplay opportunities. No two buildings are the same, and the way cover has been set out drastically changes from place to place. It almost feels like you're playing 10 unique CSGO maps that have been bundled together in a single package. There's lots of environmental storytelling to be found around the map, from the fallout shelter hidden beneath the old church, to the messed up goings on obviously taking place inside the manor on the edge of town. These particular details really help the map feel like it could be an official Valve product. Like Arctic, this isn't just some isolated island in the middle of the sea. It's an entire community that's been isolated and blocked off for running the nefarious experiments that are taking place. However, unlike Arctic, the way this map's outer areas and skybox have been constructed does lead to quite a lot of bugs. The Far Z clipping range is really obvious as distant mountains pop in and obscure the view of the skybox in a distance. Whilst it's probably fixable, it's one of the only bugbears I really have with the map. Also, a massive shout out to the beautiful covered bridge, which made me immediately think I was playing Militia for a bit. I think this map has a pretty high chance of being included, being as unique and high quality as it is. It's probably the best we've seen from the community so far. Arcadia was put together by a user named Zombie. It's another complete, fully functional Danger Zone map, which, whilst made entirely of Default assets, uses them in an interesting way to give us something unique. The map is also rather traditional in format, featuring the island as the main area, with hidden tunnels and other various underground routes, and is completely cut off from the rest of the world via a destroyed bridge. Arcadia really feels like something out of the Left 4 Dead franchise. The setting's an abandoned tourist destination, complete with little wooden lodges, a small amusement area, and a fishing village. And whilst much of its design is comparable to that of Blacksite, its focus on residential and tourist locations help the map feel a little more unique. I really like the traditional town featured in the centre of the island, with its pseudo-European architecture and a wide range of vertical gameplay opportunities. The flow of the map feels really natural, and you can clearly see the care that's been put into making everything feel like it was once a real place. Compared to many of the other maps shown here today, the architecture is a lot more basic. It's not massively noticeable, as all Danger Zone maps are naturally less detailed. However, the map would benefit from higher resolution assets. And a few custom props and textures here and there, just to help with the environmental storytelling. It may sound quite harsh, but the map doesn't stand out much at the moment. It's impressive work, but there's not a lot to make it feel unique compared to other custom maps. Though I imagine some of the map's art is simply a placeholder, judging by the angular balloons and the smiley face signpost. Despite this, I think this map has great potential. It's a classic design that fits the gameplay of Danger Zone well, providing players with a unique but familiar location to play in. It's amazing to see so much love and passion being put into so many community Danger Zone projects. Building a regular CSGO map takes a lot of time, commitment, testing and effort. So building a map that's often well over 8 times the size of a regular map, and remains optimized enough to be playable, is no small feat. It's been nice to see Valve in the last few operations give some love and attention to many of the Wingman and Danger Zone developers out there. However, the time and effort required to make any map is huge. So if you'd enjoyed this little look at many of the community-made creations today, be sure to send some love their way. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.